Hello everybody, you're watching another episode of FunSmithsInternational. Today we will be reviewing both Cars 3 and
Despicable Me 3.
and Despicable Me 3.
I want to zoom in more on that.
Well, okay then. So, this video will contain spoilers, mainly because because we took so long to do. We got busy with things, and you know we wanted to do some other videos before we reviewed it. I mean, we saw it kind of late too, but of course it's been a while since we've seen both of them, even for us. But yeah, so this is So I guess we'll do Cars 3 first, since it came out first. In this video, like we said, will contain spoilers. If you want to know what we thought of the films, they were pretty dang good movies. I mean, Cars 3 was a lot better than Cars 2. Cars 2 was just terrible. Still not quite as good as the first Cars.
Mater's gonna be a spy.
Despicable Me 3 was also, you know, a pretty dang good movie. Not as good as the other two Despicable Me movies necessarily, but better than Minions, even though Minions was okay too. I still enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed this one a lot better though. So there are improvements on their previous films. We can definitely say that. So that being said, yes, they're definitely worth watching at least once. If you don't see them in theater, at least check them out on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. But from this point on, if you haven't seen the movies, yeah, we're gonna be spoiling stuff. So yeah, you need to quit watching now. And like I said, I guess we'll start with Cars 3. I don't know where to start. Do you want to start here? Why don't you start?
Well, Cars 3 is pretty good. Hey, would you rather me point it facing me, or can it just fine while I'm just speaking?
Yeah. I mean, I was off camera, so yeah, that's fine.
Cars 3 is a dang good film. It deals a lot with it deals a lot with when people feel like they're getting older and they're not in their prime anymore. It's kind of a good, almost like a midlife crisis kind of story. It's kind of like, I think the first one was like a fish out of water, and the second one was just crap. But this one's going back to tackling a theme that I think a lot of us can get behind. I mean, we're not at this point yet, but we all get older. We all feel like that. Sometimes maybe feel like our place isn't there anymore. Like someone else is gonna take the reins. And it's something we all kind of deal with in life. And I think that Cars it does a good job of handling messages that are meant for adults, but at the same time in kids movies. Like, I think that the first one did that well too. Like, the first one was about, generally speaking, humility, about a hotshot, becoming more humbled as he hangs around no ordinary cars, which are kind of ordinary people. It was about being more humble. And I know some of you might chuckle and say you're looking way too deep into Cars. No, but no, they do have these messages, and I liked where Cars 3 was going with that. It dealt with this midlife crisis message about, but ultimately it kind of shows a message of how even if you're out of your prime, there's always someone next in line that can use your teaching, that can use your guidance.
Right.
You can be.
So it's taking place, of course, several years after the first Cars. Really, this one felt like the real sequel to the first Cars.
It really
does. It's called Cars 3, but the second one, like Lightning McQueen, let's be real, was barely in that one. If you have seen that one, he's not the main focus. Mater is, and he's just fine. Honestly, nothing of any importance that develops in a character happens in Cars 2. This one went back to the basics. This felt like
the best thing about
sequel.
Cars 2 is the joke about the Pope Mobile.
That was the best joke.
Is the Pope Mobile a Catholic? That's the best
joke of the whole film. So go into a little more detail about how why he's going through this midlife crisis. Talk about what happens. I mean, no, he does not die or really even come close to. I mean, people were talking about that online and asking, is this a dark sequel? For Cars, a little bit, but it's not super duper dark like people thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different.
He does become injured, I will say that.
He becomes injured and loses his hope. There's this new big shot that's coming along that's challenging
Jackson
him.
Storm. Yeah.
And he gets help from a trainer who we found out wanted to be a racer herself, and he ends up kind of helping her for her dream, and then he quits his race with Jackson Storm early to let her race, and it's an interesting twist. You saw the twist coming from a mile away. They do kind of try to throw you off at one point to make you think he's going to decide to not race at all, because you say he gets help from Doc's old trainer who's still alive, and Doc is sadly not still alive in the movie. Yes, they killed off Doc, but I'm sorry about that. You don't see him die in this movie. It's mentioned that he's no longer with them though. Was he in the second one? I don't remember.
I don't even remember. I don't know. I'm trying to remember exactly when it was Paul Newman passed, because he voiced him.
Yeah, that's probably actually the reason why they killed off Doc. But they showed flashbacks and you used old footage of Doc, and you heard
he might have still been in Cars too. I don't remember. I'm not so sure exactly when it was he passed.
But yeah, they were respectful to the character of Doc, very respectful, and I like that, and I guess that was kind of an homage to Paul Newman too.
Who was a race car driver before he started acting.
So yeah, that's
fun fact.
That would explain that. Paul Newman, a lot of people don't necessarily know this, but he was a well-known method actor though.
Yeah.
So what is but yeah, you think he's just gonna let her race, but he ends up actually racing, and then let her race. Nathan Fillion voices the guy that's kind of the head of the training center he's working at with his other trainer, and he just kind of wants to sell Lightning's brand, and is like, well, if you don't win this next race, you'll get to retire. And he makes that deal with him, and so Lightning's determined to win because of that. Well, he gets to not retire, because even though he decides to quit in the middle of the race and let her race, because he started the race, they both start counted as the winners officially. So he gets to continue racing, but on his own terms when he wants to. And in the meantime, he's decided to race her because Doc's trainer tells him that Doc's career in life wasn't ruined when he got injured and couldn't race anymore, because that was his grand jour. It turns out his grand jour was actually playing Lightning McQueen. He got a lot out of that, and that was a good message that they convey. And that's basically the movie. And Mater's part is condensed a lot more in this one. And I can understand that after his part was blown out of Cars 2. Mater is the good comic relief. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, they didn't have to downplay his part as much in this one as they did. I mean, his part was pretty downplayed in this one. They probably could have given him a little more screen time, but whatever though. Owen Wilson, of course, comes back as the voice of Lightning McQueen. Later, comes back as the voice of Mater. Christina Alonso joins the cast as the trainer, and the head guy I told you was already Nathan Fillion, from Firefly and Castle. And that guess that kind of wraps up everything with Cars 3. So I guess we'll just get into Despicable Me 3 now. And then Despicable Me 3. Where do you want to start with Despicable Me 3?
It's funny.
It is. It's pretty funny. More funny than Minions, but not as funny as the first two necessarily, though.
I like the Minions being... They're downplayed. They're in just enough to make it funny.
Yeah, they weren't downplayed as much as Mater was in Cars 3.
They're in just enough to make it funny, like... That's what I like about them.
So let's talk about the basic plot of the movie.
The plot is that Gru and Lucy get fired. Unfortunately, because they let Balthazar Blatt get away. And Balthazar Blatt is this weird kid who's not really a kid, not a kid anymore, but He's obsessed with the sitcom that he's starting called Evil Brad. He just can't let go of it. He kind of lives in his past. He's obsessed with the 80s stuff. He always sings 80s songs. He's a strange bird. Just to say that, like. He's voiced by
Trey Parker, co-creator of South Park.
Co-creator of South Park.
Who I believe actually was a child star in the 80s. I'm not 100% sure. I can double check that. So I think that might have been an inside joke to his past. But yeah, the character, so he's obsessed with 80s stuff because he was on this 80s TV show. They got canceled when he started going through puberty and wasn't cute anymore. And then now he's become a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Gru and Lucy get fired because they have a hard time trying to fight him and catch him. They don't succeed. Gru finds out he has a twin brother they never knew about, named Stu.
It was Drew.
Oh, no, Drew. Sorry, I apologize.
There's Stewart in the Minions. That's probably what
there
I'm
is Stewart in
thinking
the
about.
Minions. No, Drew. And they're both voiced by Steve Carell. Christian Wiig is back, of course. Is Lucy and Randy Cosgrove is back. Is the oldest daughter, whose name I forget, and I do apologize for that. Kendo Ario, the co-director of the film, comes back as the voices of all of the Minions. And I think that covers it pretty much. Oh, and Jenny Slate, who's been doing a lot of voice acting here recently, does the voice of their boss. Gru and Lucy's boss at the SEC agency where they work. Yeah, the advertising for this movie was totally false, by the way. It made you think that like part of the movie was going to involve Gru and the Minions becoming villains again after getting, Gru and Lucy got fired and working with Drew. That's not what happened. Gru makes Drew think that they're going to commit a heist. Really, all they're doing is just trying to steal the diamond back from robbers around and catching him after they got fired for that, so they can get their jobs back. And they do end up catching him, and they get their jobs back. I mean, I won't let spoil anymore. I mean, there's tons of great 80s throwbacks. There's they play Studio by Phil Collins in it. They play down the trailer too. I wish they would have played a little bit more of it. They play Bad Michael Jackson. They play Let's Get Physical. I've had even seen the parody version of it called Let's Get Criminal. Let's Get Criminal. There's a side plot about the youngest daughter wants to find a unicorn and to find a goat instead. It's actually pretty funny. It's not real super significant to the film, though. It's just kind of something extra that's there to be humorous. It's a pretty minor plot. Is there anything else that you want to add about the plot? I mean, I think that kind of sums up the plot. Do you want to say anything else about the humor before we wrap it up and sign off?
It's funny. Like the Minions get thrown in jail. They break out of jail.
That's another kind of side plot, yeah.
Kind of a side plot.
I mean, Cars 3 got a 68% for the com. That's still good. That's not a great score, but that is fresh. If a 2 points higher, it would be certified fresh. Despicable Me 3 got a 60%. I actually did like Despicable Me 3 better than Cars 3, though, personally. But I liked them both. About the same, except Despicable Me 3 just a tiny bit better. Neither one was necessarily a super duper great movie, but they're both good movies that are worth watching at least once. And if you've missed them in the theater already, and I don't know how many theaters are still carrying them, but if you don't get around just ever seeing them in the theater, definitely check them out at least once on DVD. I mean, I don't know if I'll buy either of the movies or not. I might buy them. I might buy Despicable Me 3. I'm more likely to buy, I think, than Cars 3. But yeah, and that being said, as always, thank you for watching FunSmiths International. We appreciate it. And as always, like or dislike. Let us know if you agree or disagree. What was your favorite animated film of the year so far? How about that? Let us know that. Our favorite animated film was Captain Underpants. But there really haven't been as many animated films this year, sadly. But let us know if there are any animated films you're looking forward to coming up. Let us know what you thought of these movies if you've seen them already. Let us know if you still want to see them. And subscribe if you like. And good night, everybody. Peace out. And it looked like you were doing the peace out sign.